Even though it's hard, it's not impossible. Tell them there's no limit, I'm unstoppable. Stop myself and guilt, then it's possible.
What it is, welcome back. This video is going to be a little bit more serious. We're going to be doing a reaction to the mayor's warning about Hurricane Milton. So let's just get right into it.
And my source tonight is the mayor of Tampa, Florida, Jane Castor. Mayor Castor, it's great to have you here. I know you have a lot going on. What is your #1 message to Tampa residents tonight?
The #1 message, as it has been for several days now, is that you need to prepare, do whatever you need to do, and then get out of the evacuation zones, which now are evacuation zone A and B. And as we all have heard so many times now, you hide from the wind and run from the water. And we are talking about right now the possibility of a direct hit with 10 to 12 foot tidal surge. Put that in perspective, Hurricane Helene, which just left the Tampa Bay area a week ago, there was 6 foot storm surge, and that was literally devastating to so many in our coastal area. We have 126 miles of coast just in the city of Tampa. And so people need to be heeding that warning. And from the looks of traffic on all of our northbound highways, they're doing just that.
Yeah, we've seen how jammed up those highways are. I know a lot of the tolls have been suspended to help facilitate people getting out of there. What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out, I've ridden others out? What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Let me stop it right there. Unfortunately, the way a lot of these things go, like a lot of people are not going to be able to make it out. Even the ones who are trying to leave, who are on the freeway or the beltway, when you have like a crazy traffic jam, I mean, them things could be like 5, 6, 7 hours. When weather's bad, where I live at, people have been stranded for like a day or two. So hopefully these people can hurry and get out. And unfortunately, even though it's a mandatory evacuation, there's going to be a lot of people, the elderly, people who may not necessarily be financially well off, who are not going to be able to get out. They're going to have to, unfortunately, weather the storm. Had the government did what it was supposed to do, the government would be there. FEMA would be there evacuating these people. But I'm going to save that for another video to really go into that, to do a deep dive into that. But let's continue.
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die. Wow.
I mean, that is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
I've never said that. And 10 to 12 foot surge, I mean, if this takes a jog to the south, that's going to save us from the storm surge. But it stays on the track that it's projected to be on right now, or if it goes a bit north, would be even worse.
So let me just say this. A lot of people may not be able to understand really how bad 10 to 12 feet are. They know it's high, but as somebody who goes camping, as somebody who is in nature a lot, like even when you go to like the beach or you go into a river or what have you, you will lose your footing easily if the water is up to your calves. We're talking about like 2 feet. So when you talk about a surge, a flowing, and this is like even if it was just like stagnant water just sitting there, or you know, if it's moving a little bit, we're talking about this water is going to come rushing in, and at 12 to 15 feet it's going to be more than 2 times taller than somebody who is 6 feet tall. And this is on land where people are going to be submerged. People are going to definitely be over their heads.
Some of the predictions are saying that Pinellas County, to the south of us, the entire county is going to be underwater. So this is something that I have never seen in my life. And I can tell you that anyone who was born and raised in the Tampa Bay area has never seen anything like this before. People need to get out.
And your message is just, this isn't survivable.
If we have that predicted storm surge, it is not survivable.
Can I ask you what that means for the General Hospital there in Tampa? Because it's on a bit of an island. And there was actually kind of this amazing thing that was used during Helene, the aqua fence as it's known, to stop the storm surge. And it worked. But from what I read, it said it can only stop about 15 feet of water. Are you worried that may not be enough for this storm?
I am worried about that, but it worked before. That it's not on a kind of an island; it's on an island, Davis Island, and of course that hospital's close to 100 years old. Was built there; it wouldn't be built there under current conditions. But that aqua fence, really saved that hospital. So hopefully, the engineering behind it continues to work, where the weight of the water holds that fence down and keeps the water from coming in, but it is rated for 12 feet. So if we hit the storm surge, it's at high tide, hopefully that fence will hold and the surge will just go over the top of it. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But they have all of the patients are up higher on higher floors, but it certainly would take out the electricity, the generators, and so forth at that location.
Yeah, prayers to that hospital, man. Hopefully that aqua fence holds up. Like they said, if it gets over that aqua fence, it's going to take out that base level. A lot of people don't respect architecture, and when you build a building, a lot of the major units, like your HVAC, your electricity, and what have you, is kind of like in the basement. So the basement is going to be the first floor that's going to get absolutely obliterated. Everything's going to go down and come up. And unfortunately, you're going to have like a lot of people who are on life support or what have you that need these machines to be able to function, to be able to live. And once that electricity goes out and once those generators get shut down, all that electronic equipment is going right down the drain.
Mayor, you're dealing with such serious matters here, having to move hospital patients to higher floors in case of a big storm surge, closing the Tampa International Airport, obviously a very busy airport. So many steps that you're taking and delivering this blunt message tonight. I can't believe I have to ask this, but I do want to ask you if the misinformation that we've seen about storms and the federal response is getting in the way, actually, and affecting your disaster response as a city official.
It's not, that is just all noise out there. And it really is sad that individuals would stoop to that level. It's, to bring politics into something like this. President Biden just called my cell phone less than an hour ago to ensure that we had everything that we needed. The administrator for FEMA came here from North Carolina, where they are handling the issues up there, flew into Tampa, drove around with us, and then went over to the barrier islands in Pinellas County, St. Pete, Clearwater. We have the resources from the federal government. Governor DeSantis, Kevin Guthrie, the emergency manager, they are on top of it. Everyone is working together to make sure that we keep our communities as safe as we possibly can during this event.
Yeah, just seeing how urgently you're working to clean up from one storm and prepare for the next. Mayor, we're thinking of everybody in Tampa, hoping everyone stays safe. Thank you for taking the time to join us tonight.
Thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate it.
So, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous that the politicians, but I would expect nothing less, would use this as an opportunity, especially Cackling Cam, would use this as an opportunity to do a PR stunt to try to make themselves look better after they gave the taxpayers money to other countries and illegal immigrants. And now that the American people need help, the resources are not there to help the American people. And I can't believe that they didn't know. For years, they've been crying about global warming and climate change and what have you. They were talking about the sea levels rising and places like California and Florida sinking. So the fact that they will be, I want to say irresponsible, but I'm going to say evil, and give this money away, it just goes to show that the American people are being attacked from the inside by the people that they trusted to be in charge of their safety. So I'm not going to drag this video out any longer. I heard what the next guy has to say. Prayers for the people of Florida, prayers for the people of Carolina. I hope as many of them as possible make it to safety. I'm a realist. I know that some people most likely won't make it. That's just the reality of this. But what we can take away from all of this, and what we can learn from all of this moving forward, is the need for independence, the need for the everyday American citizen to stop being Lois Lane and start being Superman. Stop waiting for other people to help you and start getting ready to help yourself. Because between Carolina, between Florida, between Hurricane Katrina, it's safe to say that when something happens and the people need help, the people are not going to get help if you're waiting for people like FEMA to help you. You're going to have to do something now. So if down the road it's your turn to need help, that you can make sure that you can help yourself and not be dependent upon other people. I do a lot of self-defense and survival content, and with all of this stuff going on, I have started to post on my blog as well as my podcast a lot of natural disaster related material. So if you want to see some of that material, you can go to my website, linked in the description below, and see that content. Also, I have a newsletter where I'm going to be putting out information every week, a lot of tips, tricks, and secrets, a lot of survival hacks. And anybody who's on my newsletter, I am giving out a free emergency survival checklist, because a lot of these people are getting caught off guard and they don't know what to carry or what they should have. I made a checklist. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is go on my website, sign up for the newsletter. I only put out like one newsletter a week, and I'll be able to send you that survival checklist. If you have any content that you want me to react to, or you want me to see, or you want me to put into a compilation, feel free to join my Discord, as well as I am active on Discord, so you can actually we can actually have communication. So make sure to follow me on Discord. Go to my website. You could see me on other social medias. I'm on TikTok as well. Going to be starting on Twitch. Make sure to give this video a like, share, and turn on post notifications. I'll be back very soon with more content, maybe even tonight. Until next time, this is B-Rock Survival signing out. Peace.